Hi, it's Owen from the Mind Body Project. Welcome back. We're talking about the principles of overcoming depression. Number 12. So, this is an important thing, and this is about models of excellence. One of the things on my when studying something called Neurolinguistic Programming, which is something that's changed my life around, changed how I operate, more how I get results now. It's more about doing things and being able to model excellence. And this is something that many do not do because it's we come from an educational background where it's more about you put some science alongside something and then put a couple of quotes alongside it, and people think that's real, that's going to work for them, or without trying it out. And it's more about theories than anything. People argue about theories, and I got caught out with this when I finished uni, when I was kept quoting theories and studies and things that I've learned. And as I said, all through my dissertation, whilst it was all interesting, I realised I couldn't do anything. Yeah, so I was just, someone asked me, can you show me how to do all of this? And I said, yeah, of course. Come back on Thursday, because I'm busy today. Knowing I wasn't in on Thursday. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, realised I've been at uni for 3 years, I did not know what to do. I knew I could talk about it, but I couldn't do it. And that was the thing. So that's changed everything for me, because after that, I scrapped everything that I'd learned and decided that it's all to do with what you can do. I need to test everything with my own body to make sure that it can work. Yeah, and then I need to give people specific instructions of how to do something. NLP is really, really good at that, and it will give you something to actually do so you can try out on yourself with a systematic way to get results. Yeah, predictable results. Now, one of the things is modeling excellence. Now, we're talking about the Kaluli tribe. So people ask me, how you're saying all these behaviors are going to help with depression. How do you know that? Because we have studies of excellence. Yeah, so we know that there's a thing called the China study as well, where China pretty much had pretty healthy because they had Eastern type of lifestyle. It's different to the Western lifestyle, where we had lots of high sugar and high fats and fast food stuff. As soon as you move all that stuff to China, China's depression, obesity, and heart disease and everything went up very, very quickly when that westernized lifestyle went there. And the other thing is as well, Kaluli tribe, because they, in Papua New Guinea, they do behaviours. So we've looked at the behaviours. So there was this longitudinal study done where it was just monitored what they do from day to day, 10 years, the tribes. And they have more difficult lifestyle than us. They have lots of infant mortalities, so they're grieving quite a lot. They have a difficult lifestyle. They have to go and hunt for the food. They have to go and farm. They have to go and work each day. But zero depression. How is that? How you got zero depression? And then where ours is rising up like anything. And there are differences in what they do. And these are the behaviours that we was talking about at the start. Okay? Behaviours are the things that are going to change you from depressed to not depressed, because they're inflammation. Now, so what do they do? First thing is exercise. Now, they don't go to a gym or anything like that, but they do 3 hours vigorous exercise a day. Yeah. Now, if you say to them, I think they were asked, would you go to the gym? They go, no, won't ever go to the gym. Why am I going to waste energy doing that? But when you go and look at their lifestyle is pretty much like more vigorous than most of what anything that we do. So it's very vigorous anyway. They have to do quite a lot. They have to go and hunt and do things and use a lot of energy up, and it's equated to 3 hours of 3 hours of physical activity a day. The other thing is they're in the sunlight quite a bit. So the sunlight's needed for circadian rhythms. So it releases hormones, melatonin at the right time for sleep. So and then it gives you the right energy during the day, and it takes away energy at night when you actually need to sleep. Yeah, because they're in the sunlight quite a lot of the time. So sunlight, vitamin D3. Group roles. They're in a community and they have group roles. Like half of Americans report they have no close friends. So research shows that social isolation will literally cause your brain to shrink. Yeah, wow. So bonding with others releases hormones that reduce stress and anxiety. These hormones don't happen much when you're doing it through social media. So you need to get out and actually speak to people and interact with people. And we've become, as a society, remember I was talking about the radical environmental mutation, is that we're more social isolated. So much more social isolated now that it causes, as I said, brains to shrink. So we're not doing it as much, and the brain's not, we're not designed for this type of environment. The other thing is as well is omega-3. So they have omega-3, right? So we've got omega-3, omega-6 ratio. Theirs is either 1 to 1. So in other words, omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. Omega-6 is pro-inflammatory. So in the Kaluli tribe, their ratio is that they have either 1 for every one omega-3, they have 2 omega-6, or either 1 and 1. So 1 omega-3 or 1 omega-6. In the Western world, ours is for every 1 omega-3, we have 19 omega-6. So it's massive inflammatory in the brain. So it's massive inflammation that we have. So pro-inflammatory omega-6. Okay, so it's a big issue. So we have lots of inflammation. They don't have, the Kaluli tribe don't have too much meat because obviously they have to go and catch it. So they maybe have it once or twice a week, whereas some of us are having meat every single day, which causes inflammation, by the way. They don't have fertilizers or herbicides or fungicides or insecticides over there, Kaluli tribe. Again, they cause inflammation. Yeah, toxins to the body. Yeah, so any GMO foods, they have traces of toxins in them. Rice has traces of arsenic in it. They have healthy sleep, 7 to 8 hours of sleep. There are some of us, and I've worked in some care jobs where you don't have sleep. Yeah, if you don't have sleep, it screws up your frontal cortex of the brain, so you can't make rational decisions. Yeah, your rational decisions go away. That's why when you're driving, police will treat that as near enough the same as like you're drinking alcohol. You just can't make rational decisions. It just shuts it off. Yeah, when you don't have sleep, when you don't have 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So even if you're 5 hours sleep and you think, yeah, I'm all right on 5 hours sleep, you're actually not, according to the sleep study. You actually just got used to it, but you're actually not making as rational decisions as you should be. So that's an issue as well. But they have 7 to 8 hours of sleep there. Anti-ruminative activity. So this means like prayers and meditation and huna. There was I remember Tad James, rest in peace, Tad. Real good learner of mine, who passed away. But Tad was telling a story of what they were doing in the tribe in Hawaii, where they would, if there was a disagreement, they would all go and sit there and they would go and do huna. So in other words, they'd just sit there and do breathing, the ha breath. And they'll do that for hours, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6 hours. And then all together, they would all do that as a group together. And that was an activity where it really relaxed them, relaxed their body, mind, spirit. And after that, they go, right, what was we even arguing about? It's like, I can't remember. Let's just get on with let's get on with this task instead. Because meditation's a thing that it allows you to rest and really relax. People think that watching TV is relaxing. It's really not. It's really not relaxing. If you haven't done meditation or mindfulness, it's incredible how much your brain activity is going, switching from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing, to hearing and daydreaming about this. But as you do it more and more, as you practice it, then it becomes essential to this type of world. Remember, we was talking about the default position being absolutely, the environment is designed for depression. But so you have to do something about that, and one of the things is mindfulness and meditation, so you can actually relax your mind, so you're present rather than thinking about the past. Okay, so you be present, you just be here now. So that's something as well. And functional medicine doctors, what they recommend, because they've realised this, so there are doctors out there who know how to do the medical doctor side, but then they know how to do the stuff that I'm on about with the mind-body medicine. And so what they are doing now is they're preferring to go to doing plant-based diet, regular exercise, sunlight. They do things in groups. They set up groups because they realise that that's a major interaction that you need, and it's going to help their clients as well. And then omega-3, they make sure I have omega-3, and then they have vitamin D3 and B12, which helps with the immune systems. So they have those as supplements, and then the meditation. So that's what they're prescribing for depression now. They're not giving them antidepressants. Yeah, they're not giving people antidepressants now. That's what they're doing. The functional medicine doctors, that's what they would give. And they'll pretty much do the same thing that I was doing in regards to going through the checklist. Because sometimes it might be a food allergy, or it might be insulin sensitivity, or not insulin sensitivity, pre-diabetes. So they will go through a checklist, pretty much as I do. But that's what someone will do now for depression. Plant-based diet, regular exercise, make sure they get sunlight, so they go out into the sunlight for at least 15 to 20 minutes per day. Make sure they're turning up to groups, make sure they have groups rather than individual sessions. Omega-3, making sure their omega-3, omega-6 ratio is really good, around about 1 to 3 rather than 1 to 19, which is absolutely ridiculous and too much inflammation. Make sure you've got vitamin D3, vitamin B12, and meditation, and also fluids as well. So getting all your fluids to help you get the toxins out of the body. Okay? So that is models of excellence. That is why this works, and this is what's the prescription that the most advanced and the most knowledgeable doctors are actually giving people now. In this country, they don't have the time to do all of that. They're not trained in that either. If you pick up your phone now, or a pad or whatever, or if you go and look for GP course or medical doctor course in the UK, they don't do any of that. There's no training on nutrition. I've been to the training on nutrition, in fact, that the doctors do. It's a 1-day course now. They do. It's really good, but it's just 1 day. Mental health, they don't have training on that, apart from not on the actual when they go to the uni. They don't have training on physical activity, so they're not trained in this. Why? I mean, we're going to come on to this, but this is to do with the drug companies are actually writing all of the policies on health in the country. But that's what you would do. Do the same as Cluey Tribe, and you'll find very quickly, and it's reported by lots of people, they turn things around very quickly when they have depression.